The year is 2014. Mojang Studios have just announced that they will be developing a movie themed around their game, Minecraft. Frankly, I hoped that the film would simply never come out, and that this weird decision would be quietly swept under the rug. However, on the 4th of April 2025, over a decade after the film's initial conception, it was finally released. In this video, I'll be reviewing a Minecraft movie, how it fares, what works and what doesn't, and the bizarre blocky tie-in from McDonald's, the official Minecraft movie meal. Is it a clever marketing combo or just another cash grab? It's just another cash grab. I think this whole fucking thing is a cash grab, but we'll get to that. So because I'm a massive nerd, whilst I was watching this film, I was making notes on what I did and didn't like, because I kind of anticipated making this review from the very start, since I am kind of a Minecraft-themed YouTube channel. And yeah, so we're going to get straight into it. So first of all, issues. The graphics are awful. I hate it. I hate the visual appearance of this film. I think it's such a waste of Minecraft's potential, but I also understand the pipeline. I understand why we got to this point. I imagine at some very early stage of this movie's development, there was maybe a conversation about having the visual style of the film just be Minecraft, just completely mimic the style of Minecraft and have a film set in the Minecraft world. But of course, Hollywood producers would probably want to see human beings in their film because they're going to sell a lot better. So we have to have human beings in our film, right? Okay, so how do you put human beings in the world of Minecraft? Because the world of Minecraft does not look like humans. Humans are high definition and, you know, spherical. So unfortunately, there isn't really much we can do about that. So what do we do instead? We just take the Minecraft world and make it look more human, I guess, by having it be furry and this. Oh god. But yeah, I think that the graphical style of this film is kind of, it's not offensive, it's not bad in any way, it's just weird. It becomes its own thing very quickly, and after a while of watching this film, I didn't really care. I was just like, oh yeah, okay, that's what an illager looks like in this world. Okay, I understand that. That's fine. You know, it was okay. It wasn't the worst thing ever, but I just wanted to make a point of saying it, because from the very first trailer that I saw, when I realized the visual style this film was going for, I was already a little disappointed, but it's not terrible. It's just a bit weird, and you have to kind of get into it. But yeah, the exposition in this film was utterly rushed. It was insane. There are two characters in the film. They're called Natalie and Henry, although I think Jason Momoa calls Henry Hank the entire film. I don't know why. Maybe I missed the reasoning behind that, but yeah, so he's called Henry and Hank for some reason. But yeah, you know, I know their names. That's not a bad thing. You know, a lot of these types of films, I'll watch them and I'll finish them and I'll be like, who the fuck was that? I don't care. I don't know. But I actually know their names, Natalie and Henry, so that's good. We find out in the very first scene with them that their mum died, and it's just planted there. And they don't even really, like, weigh on it much. They just sort of say it, and it's just given as the explanation as to why these two young people are now out in the world on their own, and why Natalie has become Henry's guardian, like, by default. So it's just given as an explanation as to why these two characters are in the position they're in, which is fine. I think this movie understands that its story isn't its biggest selling point. It isn't the most important thing that the majority of viewers are here for, so it doesn't really take much time to invest in it. And again, that's fine. Like, the only backstory we get for Steve is that he just yearned for the mines. That's it. That's his whole character motivation. Like, since being a kid, he wanted to be a miner. So yeah, it's not very good, unfortunately. It's not the best. However, it is a kid's film, and that's fine. Kids do not have great attention spans, and the story is obviously not going to be the most important thing to an 8-year-old. So the fact that it's a kid's film and has a weak story does actually open up for something which we're going to talk about a little bit later, which is adult comedy. It is very normal for kids' films to have a little bit of really subtle adult comedy sprinkled in there, so that the parents who are sat in the same room whilst this film is playing can have a little chuckle to themselves. And I think that's beautiful. I've started to really enjoy that in recent years, and I really enjoy it in this movie. I enjoyed it in this movie a lot more than I anticipated, actually. But we'll get to the good things shortly. Unfortunately, this film is nothing special. It's really just a standard kids adventure film with the general look of Minecraft sort of painted over it. It's nothing bad. It's nothing offensive. It's just really predictable and simple. The villain isn't intimidating in the slightest. They have that same trope of send these goons to do a job. The goons failed. Oh, send the bigger goons to do the same job. Why didn't you just send the bigger goons in the first place? There is not a lot to take away from this film. It is just simply like a fun time in something that looks vaguely like Minecraft. That is genuinely how I would describe. The film has a MacGuffin. The fucking crystal that brings them into the Minecraft overworld is the MacGuffin of the film. They spend the entire film chasing this earth crystal, which is what the orb of dominance goes into to open the portal. It's a weird plot line, but I guess it's the MacGuffin, right? It's the thing that drives the entire story, and our characters spend the entire film seeking it and stealing it and hiding it and using it as blackmail. It's a bit strange, really, and obviously it's nothing Minecrafty at all. I did appreciate that the earth crystal has the Minecraft enchanting table language like carved into the side of it. That was a really nice detail, actually. But other than that, it's a MacGuffin. Alright, so now I want to talk about some of the bits of the film that I actually really enjoyed, and there's quite a lot to take away from this, actually, so I'm kind of excited to talk about this. First of all, and most importantly, from the very first second, this film does not take itself seriously at all. In the very first scene of the film, we see a young Steve outside the mine with his pickaxe and his makeshift mining helmet, and you see a sign to the right of the mine that just says, "Absolutely no children allowed." Like, why was the word absolutely required there? It wasn't. From the very first second, you see, okay, this film does not take itself seriously. And then you kind of know what to expect for the rest of the film. And that style is kept up very consistently. There's a part of the film where Jason Momoa and Henry the Kid, they find this earth crystal and orb of dominion that they need to use to get to the overworld, and it's actually packaged together with a handwritten note, and the handwritten note perfectly describes Jason Momoa's situation, and it's like, hey, if you're a broke business owner and you need riches, you should definitely not follow what this crystal tells you to do and come and steal my diamonds. Like, it's too perfect. It doesn't make any sense that he would have this much insight into who was going to discover his crystal. So, I think it's kind of fun. The film does not take itself seriously, and it shouldn't. It's a Minecraft movie. So this film does actually have a couple of songs, which I didn't really expect. The first one is quite literally in the introduction to the film. We see Steve in his life outside of the Minecraft overworld, and he's trying to sell his idea for a holiday resort to a room full of businessmen, I assume, and he's singing about what his resort will do. And immediately I was like, okay, that's a bit weird, a bit out of place. But the trend just sort of continues throughout the film, is that Steve especially will occasionally just break into song for seemingly no reason. Sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's unnecessary. I mean, most of the time it's unnecessary, to be honest with you, but it doesn't take away from the film. It's not offensive. Again, it really feels like the guys who made this film were just like high as shit the whole time. They're like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's have a song here. That'll be fun. We'll just do that. And you know what? It's fine. I don't even mind. There is a character in this film called General Chungus. I'm not even kidding. Like, I heard that spoken in the film. The main villain, whose name I've forgotten already, she calls for her General Chungus, and I was like, did I hear that right? Did they call this character General Chungus? They did. They called him General Chungus. Yeah. Jason Momoa and Jack Black do a mid-air 69. I don't think there's really much else to say on that one, to be honest with you. I've already seen a little bit of information from my good friends in the Discord about how this film is quite LGBT friendly. There's a lot of like gay tension between Steve and Jason Momoa, which is quite fun. Every time it came up in the film, because I was expecting it from having seen the conversation in Discord, I was like, oh, okay, I see what they mean. They have this like weird bromance throughout the film, which is really like, I don't know, it clicks from the very first second, you know? Like, initially, Jason Momoa steps up to Steve and he's like, now you listen to me, bucko, I'm the big boss. And woman who's a zookeeper comes round and she's like, don't listen to him, we only just met this guy, he's not the big boss. And Steve ignores her and goes, yeah, me and Jason Momoa got a deal. It's fucking awesome. I don't know why that happened. I have no idea where that came from, but the entire film, there's just this like odd tension between the two of them, and the film like finishes with them now running the same shop. So I guess they hooked up. I mean, maybe they're just bros. I have no idea. Hopefully they're not in denial. That would be really sad. But, you know, they do a mid-air 69. So it's yeah, that happens. Flint and steel. I audibly laughed. There's just a really weird trend throughout this film of, like, Steve just very, very passionately announcing things from Minecraft, and it's just fun. It's just really fun every time. I know that it's to get me to go, oh, look, it's the Minecraft film, but it works. I'm fine with it. I'm not here for a dramatic masterpiece. I'm here for a Minecraft movie, and I'm getting a Minecraft movie, so I really have nothing to complain about. With this being a Minecraft movie, I really appreciated the massive focus they have on creativity. From the very start of the film, you start to see how Henry is naturally creative. He's drawing in his little notebook, and he's skilled. He knows what he's doing. And when he goes to the new school for the first time, the kids bully him and say that he wants to be a rocket scientist. And he's like, fuck yeah, I want to be a rocket scientist. And they ask him to prove it, and they sabotage him in a way that I really didn't think it would go down, but that's fine, I guess. And, you know, he shows from the very beginning that he's a smart kid who's creative and inventive, and of course he's the ideal candidate for the Minecraft overworld. When they actually get to the Minecraft overworld, Steve takes them to his shack where he's been hoarding weapons and armor and firework rockets and boots of swiftness, apparently. I guess they're from a different Minecraft game that I've not played, but never mind. And they go to the crafting table, and it's shown that the way that items are crafted in this world is by placing the item itself on top of the crafting table and then smacking it with a hammer, which I found really satisfying, actually. That was a really fun twist on the whole crafting dynamic. But it works pretty well. It's not bad at all. And then they take it a step further, and the kid, Henry, crafts a gun out of a battery, and I don't know what the fuck a tater tot is, I'm sorry. But, you know, he crafts something which is really bizarre by using a combination of items from Minecraft and from the real world. There's a part of the film where 3 of the characters end up in the redstone mines, and they have to go find these diamonds so that Jason Momoa's business doesn't fail. And Steve essentially pulls a lever, and a hidden piston door retracts. It's a flush wall, and then it pulls away to reveal this diamond hoard room. I really liked that detail because personally, I just love the concept of hidden piston doors so much. I think they're fantastic. I think one of the first things I went onto YouTube for in regards to Minecraft was Googling a tutorial on how to make a hidden piston door. And of course, this was back in 2012, so they weren't optimized in the slightest, but it was still fun to make, and I memorized how to build it so I could impress all my friends at a moment's notice. There were, of course, a number of references throughout the film, which I absolutely loved. Oh my god, when Jeb appeared as the waiter in the restaurant, when that nitwit was chatting up that woman, you know, fucking Jeb. It was just Jeb. He's on screen for half a second, and I was like, oh, Jeb. I was so happy. I was just so happy to see Jeb in the film, and he's a fucking waiter. It was so good. I loved it. There was, of course, the Technoblade reference, which was just so good as well. That's not a king. That's a legend. I'm so happy they put that in the film. I can't imagine how honored his family must feel to see that their kid has been immortalized in this weird film. You know, it's such a brilliant honor to include him in some way. There are, of course, a few other references throughout the film. I believe Dan TDM appeared in the auctioning scene, as did Mumbo Jumbo as well. There are some other things in the film that I actually really enjoyed. The equip sound for the Elytra was so satisfying. On the subject of sounds, the use of the actual in-game sounds was really neat. I liked the fact that the nether portal actually sounds like a nether portal. It has all the same weird sound effects that you'd expect to hear in-game, and sometimes it can be a little bit obnoxious. There's a scene at the end of the film where they're standing outside the overworld portal, and you can just hear the constant, hum of the nether portal over all of the conversation that's happening at this point in time. It's okay, I get it, the portal's there, and it would be making sound, but, you can't have this obnoxious sound in the background while your characters are trying to have a wholesome goodbye. It doesn't really make any sense. You're kind of distracting away from the tiny element of drama that you've got in this film, but it's fine. A lot of the other sounds were really good. The villagers sound so fucking cursed. I hate it. I honestly, I just hate everything about the villagers. I think they're horrendous, but they were promptly redeemed in the end credits scene, which I'll get to later. But yeah, the Minecraft night was actually pretty sick. I liked how the sun went down really quickly, and they said, did that feel fast to anyone? And of course, I have made this complaint myself. I think the Minecraft day is far too quick, and sadly, it's kind of a shame that the Minecraft night happens once, and it lasts for, I guess, what we're supposed to assume is about 10 minutes, and then it never happens again. So there was a little bit of inconsistency there. We get one Minecraft night, and then for the rest of the film, it remains daytime. I guess someone must have changed the game rule or something like that, so can you really complain? But yeah, the Enderman. The Enderman was also another element of mild horror in this film. I say horror very loosely. Again, this is a kid's film. We're not going to get anything major. We're just going to get something a little bit lighter, but I still really enjoyed the creativity with the Enderman. First of all, it makes no sense that the Enderman would be working for the Illagers, guarding their Earth Crystal within the Woodland Mansion. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, but it's fine. It's whatever. I don't know where else they could have fit an Enderman into this film, so, fair enough. It's not really a problem. But of course, they reference the fact that you shouldn't look an Enderman in the face, but not because he's going to get aggro at you, because he's going to melt your brain. And we get this really weird scene where we see all of Henry's family and friends with purple eyes, clearly possessed by this Enderman's gaze, and they're telling him, like, you're a failure and you're not important to me and you should stop trying and all of these things. It's a really cool spin for the Enderman. And then, of course, when Henry fights back against the Enderman, it doesn't really do anything. It just sort of teleports to attempt to dodge his attacks, doesn't really do a good job, and then eventually dies, which I think sort of detracts away from Steve's previous notion of, I had to fight an Enderman to get this Ender Pearl, and then we see Henry kill an Enderman with, like, no difficulty whatsoever. But early into the Minecraft night, we see a bunch of fire arrows land around the characters, kind of scaring them and prompting them to run in the opposite direction, and I was like, okay, so they got flame arrows, that's fair enough, but then the spider jockeys come around the corner, and every single one of them has an enchanted bow, so it actually makes sense. It fits in with the details of the game in that they could only be firing flaming arrows if they had enchanted bows. Now, don't get me started on the probability of that many spider jockeys wielding flame exclusively enchanted bows, but you know, it's still neat. Like, the fact that they actually kept that attention to detail and didn't just have them automatically have fire arrows is kind of neat. I appreciate that, but you know, spider jockeys aren't that common, so it swings and roundabouts, you know. Oh my god, the adult humor in this film is fucking excellent. I have a favorite line in this film, and it's spoken by Jason Momoa. I'm going to keep calling him Jason Momoa, by the way. I know that his, like, gamer tag was Garbage Man for some fucking reason. I don't remember what his actual name was. But he says the line, "Whoever divorced you is a complete idiot." It's those moments in this sort of a film which are clearly for the adults, and I appreciate that so much. But can we talk for a minute about the nitwit that went to the overworld? Oh my god. I mean, that scene of a villager being hit by a car will be stained in my memory for life. I may be on my deathbed and be like, remember when that villager got hit by a car and then fell in love with a human? Oh my god, what the fuck is this storyline? There was absolutely no need for this storyline to be in the film, and yet it's absolutely brilliant. It plays again into that idea of, like, the adult comedy side of a kid's film. Kids are going to get nothing from this weird nitwit head teacher romance that we have in the film. It's clearly for the adults, but my god, it's fucking hilarious. She's just been divorced from this weirdo, this guy who it turns out later in the film is actually the teacher that teaches Henry and tells him off for clearly doing better than everyone else in the class, in his art class. But yeah, he's clearly a cock, and the villager is just looking so fucking preppy in this scene. He looks so fucking excellent, and you cannot imagine the surprise on my face when this villager opened its mouth and spoke perfect, eloquent English. The voice of Matt Berry. Fucking excellent. It was fucking excellent. And then, of course, she turns around and starts speaking villager. And I didn't catch this the first time I watched the film, but he actually says, "When I met you last night." They got to this point in one day. You're telling me they fell in love and got proposed in one day? Villagers are great, man. I gotta find me a villager, clearly. Oh my god, the iron golems. Holy shit. I saved the best till last, I must say. The iron golems absolutely stole my attention every single time they were on screen. They were absolutely sick. The way that they sound, the way that they look, the way that they behave, it's fucking awesome. The first time we see an iron golem on screen, it's a little bit of a shock, actually. They're walking through the village. I believe it was called, like, Midport, something. I don't fucking care. It's the village that they go to at the start of the film, right? And you hear this, like, scraping and clanking of metal, and the characters all turn shocked, and you see this behemoth staring down at them with bright red eyes. And he's like, oh yeah, it's just an iron golem. They're big softies. And this iron golem just sort of turns away, goes, and then walks off. The way they sound, my god, they sound intimidating and powerful, and I fucking loved it. And you can guess what's coming in a future Caelesti update, because I am so inspired to do something better than the vanilla iron golem now. The vanilla iron golem sucks. The Minecraft movie Iron Golem is a beast, and I want one. I want to build one. I'm not really quite sure what was going on in that end scene where you had, like, the one empowered Iron Golem with boots of swiftness. I mean, again, I haven't played the other Minecraft games. I don't know if it's Minecraft Dungeons or Minecraft Legends. I don't even know if that's the name of the game. I'm not really sure. But I think the boots of swiftness are from a different Minecraft game. But for some reason, this iron golem gets built with boots of swiftness instead of a pumpkin, and then just becomes a regular iron golem wearing boots of swiftness and armor. So, I don't know, maybe that's a reference to Dungeons. I don't know. I haven't played it. I don't really know how that works. But this iron golem is sick. He basically takes out half the piglin army by himself. There's this absolutely epic scene where the big piglin, they have a name for it. It's like I don't fucking remember, but the big piglin gets knocked into the air, and this iron golem jumps up into the air using the boots of swiftness and slams him down again with this giant, powerful metal fist. It's fucking awesome. I don't know what it was about the iron golems in this film, but they absolutely stole the show every single time they were on screen. Absolutely loved it. So, all things considered, I would actually say I really enjoyed the Minecraft movie. I will definitely watch it again in years to come. Other than Jason Momoa's character for the first half of the film, I don't actually dislike anything about this film. There are things that obviously could have been a lot better. It's a kid's film. The villain is not intimidating in the slightest, but I didn't dislike them. I understood the purpose they served within the film. This film's story is not its biggest selling point, and the film itself knows it. All this film had to be was a fun kids film, a feel-good experience with the vague appearance of Minecraft painted over it, and that is exactly what it was. So next up, it's going to be time for me to review the Minecraft movie meal, the weird tie-in that McDonald's did with Minecraft. Yeah, I don't really know much about this one yet, so I'm going to go buy it now, and then we'll eat it, I guess.
Let's do this. All right. So today, I purchased the Minecraft movie meal. I bought quite a bit of stuff actually, so I'm just going to get it out one by one. So, first of all, I think this is the most boring thing on here. Yeah, it is. So, because I'm hungry, I decided to buy. Oh no, never mind. Cheese bites. We'll look at those in a second. Napkins, always a win. Happy to have the napkins. I did get the wrap of the day. It was the barbecue bacon, and I got it crispy, of course, because I'm hungry, frankly, and we'll see how that's going to go down in a moment. There's also the rich tomato dip, which I believe is the usual substitute for the cheese dippers. Sadly, and I have to tell you this now, they didn't have the nether sauce, the spicy nether sauce. I was really lucky to be on a night out with a friend a couple of weeks ago, who bought the Minecraft movie meal, and she let me try a single taste of the nether sauce, and I'll tell you, it was good. It was really nice. It was spicy. It was actually quite spicy for a McDonald's sauce. I was quite impressed. I would have gladly chowed down on an entire pot of that sauce, which I guess is why they had none left. So, yeah, I was sure to check and very disappointed. I'm not saying the meme. I'm not doing it. So, on to the main event. Look at this bad boy. We got the creeper one. I'm very happy with that. There are a few different Minecraft movie meal boxes. I think one of them had like the pink sheep on it. I'm happy we got the creeper. I'm pretty happy with that. That feels pretty good. What else did I get? I also got a McFlurry, because it's like the only other thing left on the menu that was Minecraft movie related. So we have I believe it's an apple pie McFlurry, which is really bizarre, because why would you have an apple? Why not pumpkin pie? Pumpkin pie McFlurry would make a lot more sense, right? Because pumpkin pie is in Minecraft. I guess apples are in Minecraft, so it kind of makes sense. But yeah. And finally, last but not least, we have the drink. Of course, I got a kid's meal, so no sugar for me. Tropicana instead. Does this have sugar in it, actually? No, it doesn't. Okay, yeah, no sugar for children. We can't be doing that anymore. So here we go, my Minecraft movie meal, excluding the barbecue bacon. Crispy, because I'm just a bit hungry, really. So let's get right into it. First of all, the Happy Meal itself. Oh, I've been looking forward to this. Is it bad that I've been looking forward to this? I probably haven't had a Happy Meal in like 15 years, to be honest with you. I can't think of a single occasion in the past where I've actually bought a Happy Meal. So I'm pretty happy with this. Nice. We've got small fries. They are positively falling out of the naff little bag, as always, so that's good. There's an extra fry. Love it. Got a cheeseburger. Nothing special about that, it's just a cheeseburger. Now, it seems they may have ignored my requests for a toy. Oh, that's very disappointing. Okay. I thought this was a book to begin with. It's not a book, it's actually Sonic the Hedgehog. How did that happen? That's really disappointing. Wow. I actually hoped I was going to get one of the Minecraft toys because there's some neat little toys. You've got like statues of the characters. You've got blocks with mini statues of the characters inside. Actually, they weren't that interesting now I think about it. This is probably more interesting, really. It's a buildable Sonic hoverboard thing. I guess I'll build that after. We'll see how that goes. That was my Minecraft movie meal merch. So I'm going to reconstruct the box. Look at that. Brilliant. That's the best thing I got. That's the best part of this meal is just this fucking box. It's a pretty snazzy looking box. Don't mind it. I love the detail of the arches being like pixelated like that. I'll try and make them join up a bit so you can see it on the camera, but it's just such a cute detail, right? Like there was no need to do that. They could have definitely left it the same, but all of the usual logos have been pixelated, which I think is so cool. So there isn't really much about this that's special, unfortunately. I believe these cheese bites are limited edition. I'm just gonna get a couple of these out here. It's just a bit of cheese with a bit of breadcrumb on it. Is that breadcrumb? I don't know what I'm talking about really, but yeah, try it, give it a go. So no nether sauce. However, we do have the rich tomato dip. So I'm definitely gonna give that a go. I can't say I've ever actually had the rich tomato dip before. I don't usually buy McDonald's, to be honest with you. I think the breakfast menu is actually pretty good. Usually when I get McDonald's, my go-to order would simply be a box of chicken selects as a meal, so with chips and a drink, or a Big Mac as a meal with chips and a drink. Big Mac's pretty good. Can't really deny it. It's just a good burger. But yeah. So, cheese bites in the rich tomato sauce. That is actually really good. It's actually really good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would have much rather had the nether sauce. Because, I mean, come on. We're barely a Minecraft movie meal at this point. Barely a Minecraft movie meal at this point. It's still pretty good. I don't mind it. I'm actually just going to go ahead and have another one of those because they're pretty nice. You know, I can't even remember the last time that I had a Tropicana. It must have been years ago for sure. But Tropicana is kind of nice. It's just a very light, very smooth orange juice. I'm now reviewing Tropicana. What am I doing with my life? Minecraft fries. I mean, they're already Minecrafty, right? Because they're kind of square. So this definitely counts as part of the Minecraft movie meal. They didn't even need to change the fries. They're already Minecraft themed. As usual for the recent years of McDonald's, the fries are not salted or barely salted if they are, and therefore they lose all appeal. In the past, when McDonald's just massively oversalted their fries, they had the best fast food fries because you were just eating a ton of salt, essentially. But obviously that's changed in recent years. I don't know how it is for other countries around the world. In the UK, they basically just stopped salting their fries altogether. So now these are kind of just weak fries. Let's give the cheeseburger a try, shall we? So this is very much not Minecraft themed, which is very upsetting. I mean, when did you ever see anything this round in Minecraft? I mean, maybe a music disc, potentially, but a music disc is still like jagged on the edges. You know, I see no jaggediness on this burger. It's just round. And as usual, in typical McDonald's fashion, it's completely falling apart. There is absolutely nothing good about this burger. It looks horrendous. I'm just going to actually open this up because I'm kind of interested now. So yeah, so the cheese is just not even centered on the burger, which is so bad. It's like hanging off this side big time. So I feel like everyone who goes to McDonald's, even though we all see the advertisements and we all know that the advertisements are bullshit, we all go to McDonald's expecting this level of quality because that's just what McDonald's is. There is no gourmet McDonald's. There is no brilliant burger that you will find at McDonald's. It's cheap. It's McDonald's. You don't mind. We all know it. We all accept it. But then again, you know, I can complain, but it's a burger. It costs like, I'm pretty sure this burger in particular costs like £1.30, which is the same as a Greg's sausage roll now I think about it. I could have been buying one of these cheeseburgers every time I bought a Greg's sausage roll. I think I'll stick with Greg's. You know, I kind of glossed over that before, but these are pretty Minecrafty as well. They're quite square. I was always under the impression that these cheese bites were cylindrical, but maybe I'm thinking of something else. But they're pretty square, you know, they're pretty good. Oh my God, I just thought I should absolutely put the drinking sound over this. Okay, so cheese bites, pretty good. Can't complain. Chips, unsalted, dull, but very Minecrafty. Cheeseburger, ugly. It's McDonald's. It tastes fine. It's very cheap. We don't mind. Barbecue bacon crispy, that's for me. And it's definitely not Minecrafty because it's cylindrical. It has no relation to the Minecraft meal whatsoever, so I'm just not going to have it in this video. That's my reward after I finish recording. However, we do still have the McFlurry. And I can't remember the last time I had a McFlurry. They're not something that I would usually go for, to be fair. But again, it's Minecraft movie meal related, so I'm having it. So yeah, it's kind of green. It has unfortunately melted a bit. I don't know if you can. I would love to tilt it over and show you, but I think it's going to just spill on the table. So I'll eat a bit of it first and then show you what it looks like. But I can get a good spoonful here and show off what's interesting about it. As you can see from this wonderful view, it's kind of filled with these like green cubes, which is really cute. It feels very Minecrafty. Obviously, it's ice cream, which is very un-Minecrafty. I don't think you could ever really achieve a square ice cream. Okay, maybe you could, but even still, it's pretty good. The green sauce is interesting. I can't remember the last time I saw an ice cream with green in it. Maybe pistachio ice cream. That's actually really good. That is actually really good. As with everything that's labeled as tasting like a different food, so obviously this is apple pie ice cream, it doesn't really taste like apple pie. I mean, it tastes a little bit like apple pie, like there are hints of it in there, but not bad. Not bad in the slightest. I think that about wraps it up because I want my wrap. Okay, so I'm not going to give these like a numerical rating. I'm simply going to give them like a tier list. And I think the way it's going to go, McFlurry, S tier. Brilliant. Absolute highlight of today's meal choice. This is actually really nice. I was surprised by how good this is. Even if it doesn't taste like what it's supposed to taste like or what it's labeled as tasting like, it's still just a really nice ice cream. So can't complain. I would definitely recommend giving this a go if you're popping into McDonald's and haven't tried it just yet. Second thing on today's list, 100% the cheese bite. The cheese bite's really good, especially with this rich tomato dip. I mean, I know that obviously the nether sauce would have been more fitting for this video, but like, my God, this is actually really nice. In third place, B tier, we have the cheeseburger. It's just a McDonald's cheeseburger, right? It's nothing special, nothing to write home about, but it is a cheeseburger and I don't hate it. It's just very mid, so. In fourth place, I'm gonna have to place the fries. So we're gonna put these at what, C tier, I guess. McDonald's fries are a bit weak, unfortunately. I should really give them bonus points. Actually, no, you know what? I'm changing my mind. These can be B tier and the burger can be C tier because these are inherently more Minecrafty than a burger ever will be. You ever seen a burger in Minecraft? Maybe in Farmer's Delight? I haven't seen one in vanilla. So before I round off this video and eat the rest of my scran, I want to just quickly look at the toy that we got. I think, unfortunately, the most Minecrafty thing about this toy is going to be the box because it's a square. That is a bunch of cardboard cutouts. Can I figure out how to build this thing without having to read the instructions? It's always kind of satisfying building these sorts of toys because when I was a kid and I used to get Happy Meals, they did do these kinds of toys. And they're kind of fun. You build a thing. It's intuitive. It's good for a kid's brain, I would say, to build something, especially without using the instructions if they can. Because it makes it all the more fun, You just sort of look at the pieces, see how they would join together, and then get left with one stray piece that I have absolutely no idea what to do with, but looks very unimportant. So I guess I'm just going to be rid of that. And there it is, our Minecraft movie meal toy. Shout out to Stunted Scampion. I know that you love Sonic, so if you would like my Minecraft movie meal toy, you're more than welcome to it. I don't care for it. So let me know if you want it and I'll bring it next time I see you. Otherwise, that's probably going to go in the bin. Yeah, whatever. Very un-Minecrafty, very disappointed. So that was the Minecraft movie meal. I hope you enjoyed. This is definitely the best thing that I received today. This wonderful box. I might just keep the box for a bit as just like a decoration. Maybe I'll put like a plant in it or something like that. It's a creeper. I should put a plant in it. I might actually do that. Thank you so much. And I will see you next week for some content that people actually asked for. Oh.